All right, man. So we got Shedeur Sanders. I did a short on it talking about he want to wear the number 12 like his mentor Tom Brady. And and I'll give a bit credit to the brother Tom Business Sports and Entertainment. He been saying this about Dion for years. He grew up when Dion was buffooning and raccooning for Riley Cooper. I mean, for a long time, Dion has been a capitalist. He a country. He is a company man. And when you are a capitalist, you don't see color. You just see green. But it's so funny when color come bite you in your ass, when they remind you a nigga and you ain't a Brad, or a Becky, you get your wake up call. He got his wake up call with his son. Thought he was, I'm a greater football player than Manning. I'm one of the greatest football players to play, but you still a Negro. You still a ninja. And they just tend to forget that. They think money, remember on Belly when he got all that money and he thought the money made him Tommy thought the money made him untouchable. It don't. The money don't change your color. But my thing about this, but hit the NFL playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. My thing is this, right? Tom Brady, if you didn't know, is running the Raiders. All right, he's running the Las Vegas Raiders. He's the guy that's pulling the string. My thing is Tom Brady. This is the biggest red flag to me. The biggest red flag ain't the jury, ain't being flashy. It ain't the arrogance, because we all know everybody hates confident black men. And then the black community, they hate even more a privileged kid, a kid that came from a two-parent household and had, you don't even got to be privileged. You got both mom and daddy there. They can, make sure you had the team shoe, make sure you had what you need to have, and you got some of what you really wanted, right? You got what you needed, all of what you needed, and almost everything that you wanted, or most of the stuff. That makes people get jealous around you, especially in the black community. So a lot of times that makes those individual kids that are privileged to come from two-parent households, that make them want to kind of fit in, naturally, especially being a teenager, you want to fit in and prove that you hard. I'm here to tell you, bro, I ain't never wanted to prove that. You ain't got to prove nothing to nobody, because in 10, 15, 20 years, when people want to prove that they popular, post high school, that popularity fade. When you pick up a skill, a trade, or go get a meaningful degree or start a business, that's all that's going to matter at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them guys go out in the real world, they get felonies, they get charges, they had kids, they mess their life up, and they don't want to admit it. I love my kids, and I love the mistakes I made, I learned from. No, they don't. No, they don't. So you don't have to live up to that expectation. Be you. That's pretty much always been me. Be you. Be you. If I did something, if I bought something that I like, I didn't buy it because because everybody in the hood liked it, or people. No, I literally bought it because I liked it myself. But my thing is, the biggest red flag ain't the jury, it ain't the character, it ain't the father. It ain't none of that. My biggest red flag is Tom Brady, your mentor. Okay, Tom Brady, your mentor. He sat there and watched almost 5 rounds go by, or maybe 5, depending on when the Raiders pick. 5 rounds go by, he didn't draft you. This is a guy that know you. This is a guy that mentored you, that trained you. And look, check this out. You can say, well, CJ, they got Geno Smith. They got Geno Smith. Cool, I feel it. I smell you. But Geno is at the end of the road. You telling me they couldn't take a 3rd or 4th or 5th round flyer on Shedeur Sanders? They couldn't take a 4th, 5th round, and he could have just trained behind Geno for a couple years. Geno near for like 2 or 3 years. And that's depending on what the guaranteed money is. And most likely, maybe Mark Davis told him, oh, no, I don't want that kid. Boomer Esiason, I said Phil Simms in the video, I got to change it. Boomer Esiason said that, that owners told them to remove Shedeur from the draft board. People talking about that's propaganda. How is it propaganda? He fell to the 5th round. How is that propaganda? Just asking. How is it propaganda? So that's the biggest red flag in my opinion. That's the biggest red flag. So if we talking about a situation where a guy that mentored you, know you very well, spoke to you, know you off the field, he know you, he seen your talent, that tell me either A, that's an indictment on your skill set, B, or that's an indictment on your character still, or C, let's say that Mark Davis, the late great Al Davis' son, told you to take him off the draft board. Because you got to understand, this country is built on nepotism. Come on, this country is built on nepotism, y'all. Y'all see some of these backup quarterbacks in the league? That's favors. It's like being a part of fraternity. Being white and being in those circles like being part of the fraternity or sorority. What's the point of risking your life and all that? What's the point? If you have connections forever. You will never be without employment. You will never be, a lot of those fraternity sororities, you'll have access to private equity companies and access to, amenities and things that you will never have access to outside of it. That's what it's about. The more prestigious the university and fraternity sorority, the more doors and the more upper echelon doors you can walk through. That's the point of it. So, like I continue to tell y'all, that's the biggest indictment of this whole draft process for a guy that mentored you, that talked to you, that showed you. They do it all the time. They draft their sons. They put their homeboys in position to be in the front office. This business, international business in the U.S. is all about nepotism. It's all about getting my homeboy in position, even though he don't know how to do the job. That's what it's about. So why didn't Brady plug him in the Raiders? 4th, 5th round. What's that? It's nothing. So that let you know Brady don't believe in him, bro. Geno ain't the long-term answer. And guess what? You take him in the 4th and 5th round, he don't work out. You cut him with no real financial repercussions. You in Vegas, don't you need a star? Come on. You get a guy that some people say you should have picked 6. You get him in the 4th or 5th round. So I'm just saying, man. We always looking, Dion was raccooning and buffooning for Riley Cooper. We always looking to help everybody but ourselves. And when it comes to them to reciprocate and plug us in an opportunity maybe we deserve or don't deserve, because they always plug their own people with opportunities they don't deserve. When it comes time to reciprocate that energy to us, no, you not like us. That's what they telling us. So that's what I be saying, bro. And even if Marcus, I don't want him. You think Brady ain't got enough influence to convince Mark Davis to convince with his word of conviction and say, well, this guy's a good guy. Don't believe the media. I'm telling y'all, they worry about themselves. They don't plug us in there. They plug us in there. It's a greater cause. It's a greater root for it. I'm telling you. This is why I feel like brothers need to stick with brothers and stop putting their neck out for the others, because the others, when it comes time with the chips on the table, they'll put the neck out for us. And I love Brady. Love him in Michigan before he became a Patriot as a player. But I be telling y'all, man, we got nobody but us. But hit the link in the description. Follow me on X. Follow me on X. Follow me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Check out my Free Game 89 channel. Check out the Patreon. Literally follow me everywhere. I do appreciate y'all for everything y'all do for the channel. But just hit that link tree if you want to make a donation, man. Follow me on the Detroit channel. Join the Patreon. Check out the Free Game 89 channel. Peace.